if you look in Thailand, people are just worried about the tourist arrival numbers and what it's going to do for that. And that's a real worry because the rest of the Thai economy is struggling so badly. So normally you'd be able to absorb something like this. It's just an indication of the fragility of a lot of the emerging economies around Asia. Secondly, you look at the real GDP implications, particularly for places like Hong Kong. I mean, we know China's slowing. We know it's not going to do 6% this year, and we know it's pretty much resigned to that, mainly because it spent 2 years throwing the kitchen sink of stimulus at the problem, and it's not really helping to address the GDP slowdown. So we know Chinese GDP is going to slow. Hong Kong is being hit with every single kind of possible storm you can think of at the moment, from the political protests last year to what this is going to do for Chinese New Year arrivals. The amazing thing is, if there's one market in the world I would absolutely avoid right now, it's Hong Kong. It's ridiculous. There's been very little discount factored into the Hong Kong market. Yes, it's performed relatively badly, but you look at the challenges facing Hong Kong, and particularly long-term structural challenges. There's a lot of big risks here. This could be the end of the different systems, one country. This could all be China being China.
Again, unpacking a large amount of comments in there as well. I mean, if I can concentrate specifically on coronavirus, and of course people are making references to the devastation caused economically to the region by the SARS virus as well. I have to caution that at this moment in time, whilst an incredibly serious and rapidly escalating issue, we are talking about 80 people dead and 2,700 infected as well. Sure. In terms of the scale of this compared with previous global pandemics, and Mandy mentioned one of the greatest of them all, literally, that occurred just over 100 years ago, especially wreaking havoc across Europe, especially the Spanish flu. The fact remains, this is small in ramifications if we are looking in global context as well. So it's the fear at the moment rather than the reality, which is driving a lot of perhaps concern.
There's a reality in fact that this is Chinese New Year, and this is a huge tourist season for most of the other countries in Asia. So that's a reality. As I say, countries like Thailand, they're struggling. One of the parts that's held up well is tourism. One of the parts of that's held up well is Chinese tourism. And Chinese New Year is such a big component of that. You're not going to be able to recover that. So there's going to be an economic.
Well, and again, I'm just going to caution, because I appreciate these are grave times, but it's our job as journalists to just put it in context as well. And you say you're not going to recover from that. Again, I'm going to caution that actually when we've seen extreme weather events in the United States and across Asia and the horrendous events, Fukuyama in Japan and what have you as well, economic activity does pick up dramatically after most of these events as well. We see a rebuilding of economies, we see a rebuilding of infrastructure, and we see a rebuilding of demand in many cases. So to say that demand is not going to pick up again and the economic activity is not going to be pent up, I think that's quite a bold statement, Paul.
It's going to be a 2020 GDP hit for a lot of the countries in Asia. That's what it's going to be. And a GDP hit at a time when they don't have the normal resilience to be able to take that. So that's the worry. I'm not saying this is economically devastating, but I'm saying it's dangerous.
Well, you did say they're not going to recover.
They're not going to, in 2020 GDP, they're not going to get this back. You only get, one hit, maybe two if you count the later holiday, at Chinese holidays. And that's a big, big driver in tourism, which is a big driver in these economies. So the economies are going to take a 2020 GDP hit that they won't recover.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.